Hello beautiful people, so today we have got something cool happening. There's an empty tank, you can see, that one there, which me and Matt are going to escape. But before we do that, he's just waiting outside. I'm going to let him in, I'm going to show him all the updates of the studio. What's it been, a couple of months now? About a couple of months. Lots changed since he was last here. So let's show him everything, show you everything, and we can have a good chat about it. Matt's a fish expert as well. Lots of you already know him, but if you don't, he works at my local Maidenhead Aquatics, which is a fish shop, and he just knows everything about fish, and he's starting to get really good at aquascaping as well, so it'd be really cool to show him everything we've created.
Allowed in now?
No, you're not allowed in yet. I need to do the whole fake, I'm opening it.
Not allowed?
Yeah, just back out.
Not at all?
Back out.
Okay.
Back.
Are you sure?
Yeah, just go back. Okay. Right, now I'm going to go and let him in. Hello.
Who's outside the door today?
No. You can come in.
Can I come in now?
Yes.
Is it allowed now? Oh, I didn't know we were going Crocs today. I could have brought mine.
Oh yeah, these are my new ones. Oh. What are you thinking?
Yeah, I'm liking them. I can't even
Crocs?
Can't even see your feet.
So many people are like, why didn't he show us his Crocs? Okay, so look, this is what we made last time you were here. So I've just treated a load of. Oh, you can barely see it now. So
yeah, dying back a little bit. Yeah, nice.
But yeah, it's
looking cool, isn't it?
And it's morning, obviously, so you get to see. Look at the colours on the fish.
Yeah, they are great, aren't they?
I watched an old video that George Farmer had made.
Oh yeah.
And he said it was about a store in, I think, Germany or somewhere, but it had rainbow fish. And this was like 4 years ago. And he said, it's a shame rainbow fish aren't more prominent in our hobby. And it's because in the shop, normally when you get them in, they don't look like this, do they? They take a good while to get to this point.
I remember going to a shop once that had a whole system of rainbow fish. It must have been about 25 tanks of rainbow fish.
Really?
And all the different species that were there were amazing, but it was a whole wall of silver.
Yeah.
And it was just, they're great, but that you do need to give them a bit of time and a bit of love to get them to where you want them to be.
Yeah, exactly. So when we first got these turquoise, they weren't turquoise at all. They were like grey.
Yeah, and you can see that sort of orangey gold flash coming to the head now, and just starting to really colour up. And
it's like, for instance, the Parkinson's, which is
here.
Yeah. So there was only a slight bit of orange on the edges, and that was enough to go, oh wow, I want that one. But I didn't know it was going to have all of these different colours. You know, you've got the purples and the blue.
And it should even get even more. So you can start seeing the orange flecks on his side as well starting to come now.
Oh yes.
So they'll start coming a bit more prominent as he grows. So yeah,
because technically none of these are adults, are they, Matt?
No, not really. No, they've all got a lot of growing to do.
But the Bozeman is starting to get that blue at the front now.
Yeah, that real like nice cobalty blue.
Wicked. That's probably the one that I've had the longest. Is it sunset or sunburst?
Yeah, it looks like a sunset rainbow, but it could be the sunset's a dwarf. So yeah, I think it is a sunset. I can't remember the Latin name for that one.
A plant, though. Like, I mean, we planted the odd bit of sage, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it's doing exactly what I wanted. The spreading.
Yeah, creeping all the way through.
I love it.
Yeah, it looks amazing.
With those couple of pops as well that you get from the Ludwigia with the red.
Yeah.
Just breaks it up a bit and also suits the fact that it's a colourful rainbow fish tank, doesn't it?
And I think it blends it into the bogwood as well, because otherwise you've got that real bright green, that real dark brown of the bogwood, and that sort of orangey red sort of blends it between the two, which is nice.
Yeah, definitely. Also, we did this one. It has come along, hasn't it? Eh?
Look at that.
I'll leave links, guys, so you can see the full builds of this one, and eventually, our stage.
No, this one.
I didn't put background on, shall I tell you why? I just think it looks better. We'll get to this one in a minute, but
yeah, I like it.
This one we didn't have a background, and I like the depth that it sort of gives.
Yeah, because
you know what I mean?
It does. It puts an ending to a tank, doesn't it? It does.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like, that's it. That's as far as you go. But when you've got nothing behind it.
No.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
Some people really like that ending that you're saying.
Yeah.
Like by having a misted background or black. Like I think black works because it doesn't look like the end.
That's it. And certain tanks do suit it. Like it does make certain tanks look good. And ultimately, as long as you're having fun and you like it.
Yeah, whatever you like.
Job done.
Exactly. I always say that, like whatever you guys like.
Yeah, this is it.
So this has had several trim backs. It grows so fast. So that method that we've created now underneath this system and also underneath this system, it's not the cheapest method because it uses about 4 different things. Yeah. But it works, but you know.
Yeah, this is it.
Because this is a CO2 system, so we've got the CO2 obviously running.
Yeah.
We've got the canister down there. and from Colombo. That's the Colombo system that's got, it comes with everything. It's got the drop checker, it's got a solenoid, it's got all the stuff to mix. Oh, it's such a good system. That's why I've not started using a bit of CO2.
Yeah.
Only the 2 tanks, but because I know that I can get the stuff here.
Yeah, this is it. It's easy, isn't it? When you've got to go out and try and find some, you know, CO2 fire extinguisher thing to refill, or you've got, I'm
sure once people have these supplied, but a lot of people say home brewer people at brewing places. Again, we live in the southwest. We're not in London with a home brewing store around the corner.
No, this is it. I don't know where we would get that.
No idea. I'm sure we can find out. But this is just easier. I buy the little packets and I've got them ready for the next month or next month and a half.
That's the key. And I always worry when I'm buying something from somewhere else that isn't aquatic use.
Yeah,
I always worry that I'm going to buy the wrong thing. Whereas if I know I'm buying something off of a shelf,
they've tested it. They know it's good.
I know what it is.
I can't agree with that, considering the fact that my lighting history.
No, but lighting's lighting, isn't it? That's not too bad. When you're pumping something into a tank,
that's true. Yeah,
I'd be a bit more concerned.
Yeah, well, I mean, so like I said in my last video, I said we lost 2 overall. That I've seen. To be fair, it's a densely planted tank. And some people asked me actually the question. They're saying, how do you know if you've lost fish? And because it's going to pollute the water. Well, 1 or 2 fish that if they died in here, they're going to be eaten by all the plecos, the ottos, the shrimp, and everything.
Well, there's the one that I always pick out. That's the one that I always pick out when I come here. Because she's got the funny lines on her. So she hasn't gone. So if I can pick her out.
There's definitely some dominance, you know. You can really see the size of some of them as bigger than the other as they, develop their hierarchy.
Yeah, of course.
But that's just normal, isn't it?
That's going to happen, yeah, definitely. In any tank. You'll probably see it, in all honesty, you would see it in neons and tetras and everything like that. You just don't notice it because the changes and the differences are so minute.
Right, I see,
You'll get dominance and hierarchies in most groups of fish in some form.
I'm loving this one. Nymphoides.
Nymphoides SP Taiwan?
That's the one.
Yeah.
Yep. Some dodgy ones. That was the ones that were already on there, the immersed growth, and then this is all the submerged growth.
Yeah, it's a beautiful plant.
It's going to go. Yeah. The thing is, I won't let it. Because I actually need it to stay out there, don't I?
Yeah, that's it. You don't want it to be like up at the top, do you?
It will take over, otherwise, won't it?
Yeah, it will. Yeah, they're really nice plants. Actually, they do go mad.
Yeah, and they grow like in low light, not low light, but like you don't need really powerful light, but you get that really big bang of green.
Yeah,
a little bit like the Limnophila sessiliflora behind there. Another easy one that gives you lots of green.
Yeah, that's it. And the nice thing with those is they've got that big, like sort of. I don't know what you would call it, but a big sizable leaf, so it sort of shows off that green really nicely, which is cool. I've got a customer who's got that throughout a tank, and they don't do anything with the tank. It just goes pop, 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 pop. Yeah. They brought me in a handful the other week because they were like, do you want some?
So it's an established tank, and it's using the fish's poop. It's just fully fertilised that substrate system. What is quite good that I like about it as well, as it gets a little bit higher, it starts to send off the propagated version. Do you know what I mean? And you can just break that off and replant it anywhere. So it's a really nice one for that. Anyway, that's a long time spent on 2 tanks. This is going to be wicked. I've got a great idea for this. Basically, I want it to be like a forest floor.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
But not a terrarium.
No. Yeah.
So I want a massive tree. I've got like a big log. Where is it? Well, it's here somewhere. But I want like a massive like tree stump coming up out of there.
Nice.
And then the root system to come out at full angles that create channels. And I use those channels as my planting scheme.
Nice.
So a little bit like Dutch, but not.
Yeah. Okay, that would look cool.
I can't say it's Dutch. I have done it a long, long time ago, and it worked well.
Yeah, I like the sound
I only
of that.
gave it a month before I wanted to redo something else. This was back when you only had 1 tank.
You had to get a bit more. Yeah, okay. Yeah. And now you've got this many tanks, so you can do what you want.
Yeah, exactly.
See, yeah.
Plus we've got the 2 more coming, haven't we? The 2 more forfeits.
Yeah, that's it.
So yeah, moving on. This area here is plant storage in the bottom.
Yeah.
I've got some coming today. We've got lots coming today.
It's Thursday today, isn't it?
So these are all crypts at the bottom. We've got some Java
ferns,
just some stems in there. But above it up here, so this is my goldfish. These are my free ranchu, which are doing absolutely fantastic. They're constantly got food, because what I do is, not only do I feed them, but I also, whenever there's duckweed, like for instance, over there right now, and the top of that tank, this is where I dump it.
Yeah, nice.
So they're getting a real varied diet and do bloodworms and stuff like that as well.
To be fair, they're looking great, aren't they?
They look really healthy. I'd like some more size.
Yeah.
but they are bigger than when I first got them, because when I first got them, they've probably grown a good ½ an inch.
Yeah, I reckon their tail, if you look at their tail, I reckon that's how much they've grown.
Yeah, probably, I'd say so as well, because they were dots.
Yeah, tiny little guys.
So they're getting there, and yeah, I like them. I really am a fan of them. I'm going to do something bigger for them eventually.
Yeah, that's it. You don't want them to grow too quickly, to be fair.
No, true. You probably run into more problems the faster they grow, actually.
Yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Because the rest, some bits will grow internally faster than.
Yeah, that won't be good for them.
And then this is my Endler guppy sort of growing out. I'm struggling with the reflections, but we've got absolutely loads in there. And again, I don't do anything with these tanks because the plants just look after them. So
yeah, they're ideal, aren't they?
Yeah. And then behind you, this is obviously going to be. Was that here, there when you were here last?
I don't know if the tanks were there.
Okay, so we got, basically this is my screen to put up for reflections, and then behind it with just nothing at the moment, but there's potential for, I don't know, I could use it as like more plant storage or like places for new fish. Because quite often I call you, don't I? I'm like, I need fish tomorrow.
Yeah.
But what I could do is get them in advance.
Yeah.
And then I could put them, kind of quarantine if you like.
Absolutely, yeah,
so
yeah.
then they're there ready to go in when I need them rather than, what do you mean you're not in today?
Yeah. Where are you? Can you not come in?
I'm away with the family. No.
Yeah, no,
get
come
in the
back
shop.
now. Yeah. No, that's fine. We could work that out, couldn't we?
Yeah.
We'll just give you a net and a key. That would be fine.
Oh, is she in?
Yeah, she's in.
Sorry, I know you hate those jokes.
I don't hate them.
That's not what you said in your own video.
I did say.
Okay, so over here is my shrimp rack, which are doing great. Ignore the fact that there's a sag. Some people are really not happy about this. So there's a slight sagging.
I thought you meant a plant then. I thought you said sag wrong. I thought you were talking about ignore the sag. And I was like, what?
No, this...
yeah, okay.
There's a slight diff, and yeah, you get like, oh look, the groove at the bottom is bigger than the one at the it's been like this for like years, and it's absolutely fine. So some people couldn't live with that and they'd be worried. But maybe if it was in my house, I probably wouldn't leave it.
yeah, exactly. If you didn't have white clean floors.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so we've got all the shrimp that I got from you recently.
Yeah, nice.
They're doing absolutely brilliant. The first time I had one death, and sometimes it just happens.
Yeah.
I think that was from the shell not being able to split.
Not molting.
Yeah. But like that's it. Everything else, every morning come in, everything's perfect. The shrimp are active, they're moving around. If your shrimp are staying still and you're not seeing them, it's usually because you need to do a water change, and probably nitrite. I'm guessing.
Yeah, nitrites. It will be something. They're one of those funny animals. You know, shrimp are still in their. I'd say they're still in their infancy in a way, because you can't always tell what's wrong with them. With a fish, you know, when you look at a fish, you can see if it's got damaged fins, or you can see if it's got white spot or things like that. Shrimp are much trickier to spot problems with, I would say.
Yeah, I guess it's because it doesn't really show, does it?
No.
It doesn't show, and also the only way you can really tell is you test your water, don't you?
That's it.
If you're getting problems, test your water.
Exactly.
And also just do a water change anyway, especially if you're getting die off. That's what I found would stop it in the past. With Neos anyway, I don't pretend to know anything really about Carradine. Now that seems like a whole nother ball game.
It's a hard work, yeah, definitely.
I've got my Carradines over there, I'll show you in a minute, but they're fine, but I'm not like breeding and all of that.
No, that's the problem. They're never one that, a lot of people have easy success with.
No, but they are nice to look at, and they're living well. So.
They're beautiful.
So around here, so this section here is the same as when you first came in.
Yeah.
We've got the old leaves now on the, these aren't scared anymore, look, the Ruby Tetra. Is it Ruby Tetra?
Yeah, Ruby Tetras, yeah.
So the leaves that are dying off are the immersed ones. Because obviously you can see they're completely different to the stuff that's grown.
Yeah.
Should probably trim those out, shouldn't I? I will do that. So here's my Carradinas.
All part of the ecosystem.
Well, yeah, true. Yeah, gives them something to munch on. There's some shrimp in there as well. So we've got Carradinas in this one. Like I say, this is the Akadama soil, and there's just so much life going on. You can see all the little water fleas and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
Just moving around everywhere. So that shows me that's really good, healthy water, because you don't tend to get that in bad water. I've never experienced anyway. Down here we've got the trio of guppies that I got from you a while ago. Still waiting for them to give birth. We've got a little bit of hair algae. I'm just leaving it because I just wanted to give birth. There's the other one up there, which I'm sure they will soon, because they're looking pretty pregnant in there.
They are looking plump, aren't they?
In fact, they might have actually done it, because there was. Can you see any babies, Matt?
I can't. That's what I was just looking for.
Because you normally see them.
A little bit too much plant in there, to be fair, if I'm honest.
Okay, I'll de-plant it.
Yeah, take it all out, get rid of it.
And then this one's just a proper planted, like, well, this is like a classic wall stand. It does need some floating plants removed. So Kate started doing that for me yesterday.
Yeah.
And then she was worried about the fish biting her, so she had to stop. And in the end, I said, look, just leave it. By the time I've told you how to do it, like with a net or something.
Was she here as well?
Yeah, she was helping. She gets around, doesn't she? So I just said, I'll just do it. Don't worry about it. Just scoop it out. It's easy, simple. But yeah, that's all normal. So, down here
is fish biting.
So
this
tiny. We're going to be using a lot of these in our scape that we're doing today.
Cool.
We've also got in here our blue dragon betta.
Ah, cool. Yeah.
There he is at the back there, and all the neons are in as well. But they're doing that thing like they did with us before, where they're hiding.
Yes.
In fact, I can't see any of them. They're in there because there's like 20 of them. Unless they've all been eaten.
Yeah, the blue dragon is just absolutely hench. There's one.
There's one, is it?
Yeah,
there's a bit,
there
there's
they are.
loads of them.
Here they are.
Oh, they're all at the bottom.
They were all underneath that bulbitis, I think.
Okay, we'll leave them be. We'll leave them be. They are going in a scape that I'll show you in a minute.
Cool, exciting.
So this is the most recent 4-foot one. So I recently just came and got all the black mollies, didn't I? And the swordtails.
Nice.
Great suggestion.
Oh my word, look at the red on those swordtails.
Yeah, so people
eyes.
always keep saying to me, what have you done to the reds in your video? Have you messed around with it? I haven't, on it, like Matt can see.
Yeah, no, they hurt my eyes.
It's the Chihiros. Something to do with reds in the Chihiros, a certain tone of red or orange.
Yeah.
It just makes the fish go just like that.
And it also done it to the cherry barbs though, didn't
it? Yeah, the cherry barbs did exactly the same thing. And also the Rotala macrandra, look at how punchy that's coming through, because that's a similar sort of tone. So this is when I ordered all these plants from Aquafleur, and I ordered like 2 of everything.
Yeah.
And it all turned up, and I put it out on the desk. I was like, I think I've maybe got too many plants. But I squeezed them in, and it's now filling in. It's looking really, really good.
Yeah,
I've actually trimmed some as well. There was more at the back, but I used them on another setup. I'm going to trim some more, but I didn't want to trim them before I showed you.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's looking good, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one of those that it's more of a farm tank, so I could just come back to and use. But I thought, well, I want it to be a fish tank as well.
Yeah.
Because what's the point in just having plants? And the black mollies are great, and they do such a good job. So you see down there where those quite bare in that gap. Those were crypts that melted.
Yeah.
And they just ate all the stuff, but left the good bits.
Yep, that's the great thing with mollies, and well, most live bearers, to be fair, is they will just like hammer any hair algae and things like that. They're a great little addition to most tanks.
I was surprised, see, because I thought they would just take all of it, but you can literally see where they left the good ones.
Yeah.
They weren't interested, they only wanted the rotten stuff.
The gardeners of the aquarium.
Well, honestly, no matter what the tank now, I think I might include a couple as my clean-up crew.
Yeah, no.
Do you know what I mean? Like
It
one
wouldn't
or
be a
two
bad
of them.
idea. Wouldn't be a bad idea.
They're quite cool as well. They're like mini toothlesses, you know?
Oh, yes.
From How to Train Your Dragon.
Yeah, you might end up with thousands of them in it, to be fair.
That's true.
With the amount of density of planting, once that all grows up, the babies are just going to have so much space to hide.
I hope so. That sounds wicked. Yeah. Yeah, so we've got CO2 on this system as well.
Nice.
This is turned up higher than the other one though, because it's just more plants, and I just wanted to get it really going to start with.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's going to look mad.
So like literally it's been two weeks I think since I planted this.
Yeah.
And those reds coming through on that Echinodorus rose there, they weren't there at all.
They're gorgeous,
it's just
aren't they?
Flying up, isn't it? Love it. And the Monte Carlo is already starting to spread, so is the Glossostigma sending out runners. Look, we've got runners coming
Oh wow, look at that.
already on the hair grass.
Look, and on the Liliopsis as well.
It's all going nuts.
Where? Oh no, that's a leaf, that's all right.
What did you think that was?
Well, I thought that was
slug?
a runner that had come all the way along here and shot up there, but it's not. It's just a leaf that's fallen off. It's fine.
Yeah, I saw that the other day and thought the same. I literally thought the same thing. I was like, how has it done that in that time?
Where are you going?
What you sometimes find though with the hair grass, like especially this tall stuff, is that you put it in, it does normally just brown off, and then you get the new stuff. But this, maybe it's because I got it so fresh and also instantly had a ton of CO2 on it. It's just started growing straight away. Everything has. I love it. And one I've struggled with before is is it Rotala indica? I think that one in the middle.
Yeah.
Was that the bonsai? Is it the same thing? I don't know.
Well, I've read that there's Rotala indica and Rotala indica bonsai, but I'm not sure if they're the same species or not. They probably are the same species.
Well, I've always struggled with that plant, but now we're doing good. I mean, it's the nutrient levels underneath the soil. Again, it's the same system that we're going to be using. No, we're not going to be using that today. We're going to be using something that's a bit more costly but suits what we're going to be doing. Because a lot of the stuff we've done before has been a low-lying substrate. Yeah. Whereas on the one today, I want it to come all the way halfway out the back. Nice. So that we've already got the height on those background plants and also a structure to build off of straight away. Anyway, we'll get to that.
Yeah, winner.
Oh, Matt, you know what we've forgotten?
What have we forgotten?
Timmy. Here he is. Where are you? Where is he? So there he is. So he's kind of trashed the tank, but that's how they like to live.
Yeah, that's it.
They like living in bogs. So I deliberately left all of this Java moss just loose.
Yeah.
Because I knew that he would do this, which is what they like to do in the wild, don't they? Hello. You want some food? Oh, we just pushed that. Would you like some food? It is food time for you.
Oh, bless.
Here it is. Come up, come up. Is he seeing it? Sometimes he doesn't see it. So other times it'll be instant. It's here, Timmy. Come on. just, no, not my finger.
Oh, maybe.
A little bit more. Little bit. No, it's right there. There we go. Right, now he's seen it, I think. Have you seen? Yeah. Do your thing. Run away. Hide.
I've got it now.
Anyway, there's Timmy. So this is. What's he got? Is he got?
He's just gone to the back. It's mine now.
He will. He will. But he'll eat that, and then he'll come back and get the rest, and then he'll go back there as well. But yeah, he's got a new tank coming soon. I'm just still trying to organise it all. It's gonna be something pretty cool. But here's the Dumbo betta coming out.
Yeah, wow.
This tank has really, really grown in. It's surprising that Monte Carlo's doing this well, considering the fact there's barely any light down there.
I love the duckweed roots. Like, they are the longest duckweed roots I've possibly ever seen.
Apparently long duckweed roots means something in the water.
Do you know what?
Either missing or abundant.
I think I remember hearing that it's like it's reaching for nutrients or something. I can't remember what it is though.
But I'm fine with that because there's no algae.
Yeah, this is it. It's doing well. I quite like the look of it, to be fair.
I do, but it's like the camera compensates and raises the light levels. But as we're looking at it, actually that's about accurate. But there's too much duckweed. Anyway, this duckweed will be taken out and fed to the goldfish shortly. That's actually only from a few days, so it's quite a powerful light, and it just makes it go. And then we've got Hellboy. He's still kicking about.
He's still there, bless him.
Old boy now.
Yeah.
It's got to be. He was fully grown when I got him from you, and I've had him for like over 2 years now. So, but I do love this tank,
isn't it?
Like, it's really rough, isn't it? But it's kind of. They like that, don't they?
I quite like seeing those tanks though, where it sounds daft, where it almost looks like you use background plants as foreground plants.
Yes.
I remember seeing a Vallis tank where the whole tank is just Vallis. You can't see any hardscape, and it is just literally Vallis from front to back, left to right. And I quite like it. And it's the same look here, where it's just all overgrown at the front, and the fish can disappear and hide.
Exactly.
It's great.
He doesn't normally come to the front as much as this. He's coming to see you. He remembers you from the shop, Matt.
What did you do to me?
Look what you put me through. Look at the state of this.
Yeah. All I asked for was a Hoover every now and again.
I don't do anything to this tank. This is proper like Wildstad style. It needs a top up to be fair, but other than that.
But it does so well. Look at the plant growth. The floating plants are keeping everything clean. It's great. Yeah,
it does get some fertilisers every now and again. Like I never used to really fertilise anything, but I found now that coming across every once a week or so.
Yeah.
Well, I did fertilise, don't get me wrong, just when I did water changes, which wasn't hugely often.
Yeah.
And the plants do suffer. You do see some yellowing. So if I keep up on it every week, which is what it recommends.
Yeah, that's it. It's nice, isn't it? Because they will use up the minerals in the water. And if you're doing regular water changes, you are replacing some of those minerals. Water changes.
I don't know what that means.
Those things where you drain water out and replace it.
Why? Why would you do that?
It keeps the tank clean.
Have you seen my tanks?
Yeah, all right.
No, but mine are fully planted. We've been through this, haven't we? You can't sit there telling people not to do water changes when they've got like 50 Mabuna.
Absolutely.
How'd you say it?
Mabuna.
Mabuna.
The problem comes as well is it's the feeding regime as well, isn't it?
That's what we discussed.
Everyone loves feeding, everyone hates water changing. So feeding gets done more often than water changing. And unfortunately, that means that most people suffer with algae.
Or dead fish.
So they do. You do need to do water changes every now and again because most people just forget.
No, we all go. Yeah, I'll do that later.
I'm all right for another week.
Okay, come this side now. Right, so we've got these. I don't think these were here last time.
No.
So
maybe.
There's no electricity set up in this area.
Okay.
But I will just get it all fitted so it spurs off down there.
Yeah.
Just neatly bring it across so we've got it here.
Nice.
I did black out these windows at the top, but I found that it just went too gloomy in here.
Okay, yeah.
It maybe helped the camera-wise, but I've got to feel good, haven't I? And it just felt a bit gloomy, and I just ripped them off. you know, that's a good half a day and 70 quid wasted, but never mind.
It's quite nice to see the sky though, isn't it? It's quite nice to see the brightness.
You don't feel quite as segregated from the rest of the world.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah, locked in your little fish room.
Yeah. So yeah, these could be cool. These are 3-foot tanks. I'm thinking one of these would be good for Timmy.
Nice.
It's a good size. I want to come even high. I want to do another bog for him, but I want to bring the water up higher. I want to have a few more fish friends as well. Cool. A little bit bigger ones, and so he can't just snap them up.
Yeah.
Well, like mollies would be perfect, to be fair, as well.
Yeah.
Especially black ones, he wouldn't even see them.
Yeah.
I don't think he's got the greatest eyesight, as you could probably see.
They're not very fast, and they're not very good at height. They're not very good. They're funny turtles, to be fair.
Yeah. So yeah, all the hardscape section. Again, I think this was all here before.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we've got the shop, or what I call the shop here. So you can just come around, grab whatever you need. Not whatever you need, but of the... Oh, look, I've got all the different scatter gravels I've got from you last time.
Oh, I see, yeah.
So we can use some of those today, potentially.
Nice.
Oh no, we just went straight past these tanks over here. So these are all new. So this I'm sure you can remember each episode where I go and collect these different ones from you. So
I watch every single episode.
Yeah, all the way through. I know you do.
Yeah.
Right, that's it. I'm not watching your videos anymore. Mind you, yours aren't 50 minutes long, most of them.
No, I know. Yours is like, it's like watching Titanic. It's hard work.
I try and get rid of anything that's not important, right?
Yeah.
But if I cut out too much, the story's missing and there's a million questions.
Yeah, that's it.
So I get straight to the point when I'm like saying, right, now do this and now do this.
Yeah, no, I get you. I'll let you do.
These things do take time, but
they do.
You know, people can skip. Anyway, can't they? And they will.
It's got that good function, double tap on your phone and you
get
can
bored.
Skip 20 seconds.
He's talking again.
He's talking, yeah. There's his face, skip.
So this is the one that's got the single female betta in, which is currently not out.
She's just gone behind the bogwood at the back. Yeah, I saw her tail.
Oh, I need everyone to see because she's very, very nice. If she normally comes, whoa, what's this guy doing?
Albino Corey, just like woohoo!
Yeah, so we went with like the white theme just because it goes really good against the tank, and the tank's maturing now. It's got that aged look. I think it looks top.
Yeah, it's looking great. There she is in the middle of the bogwood.
Oh, here she comes.
Great shot. Oh,
hello.
She looks brilliant.
Yeah, so people are saying that eventually she'll go fully blue, but hope maybe.
Possibly.
You just don't know, do you?
No, it's the hardest thing with the bettas, and you can make an educated guess, but you know, it's one of those things you just got to see how they do.
So this has got the twin star on the top. I think this is the lower sort of power one because it's not. That's at full power, and it's not really like blinding, is it? Plus, you don't really get algae in this tank. There's a little bit on some of the Vigia leaves there, but I added a Siamese algae to this one, and that's taken care of any sort of hair algae. A little bit of the macrandra in the front there, you can see where the new growth is coming through.
Yeah, nice.
Just wanted to put that one in just for a little bit more punch. Oh, there she is, she's coming right out. Looking good. She gets along really well with all the tetras, so that's all good.
Yeah, she's looking great. Her fin extension is lovely.
Yeah.
We've had some really nice female bettas in recently.
Yes.
And honestly, I think you could keep them just like a male, really. We had some beautiful koi female bettas. Yeah. Oh my word! Like I was tempted. I was like, you wouldn't know if you'd put them in the male section and just separated them all up. I don't think you'd know if you were a normal fish keeper. Like you could obviously check out the
spots. There's a white dot.
The tube. Yeah. I can never remember the name of
lady
it.
tube.
The lady tube. Yes.
Yeah, she's beautiful.
Yeah, she's cool.
So me and you like the placat style better anyway, and the female male to male ones don't seem to be that much of a difference. It seems to be the big fanny tail ones where obviously you don't really get those with the females, do you?
You can get long fin females, you can, but they're not as extravagant as the males. Yeah.
Anyway, right, so yeah, that's that one, and then next to it, this is another one that I did quite recently, another Wellstead. There's no filter in this one. This is just for all my favourite endlers, well, the adult endlers, because the offspring is in that tank over in the back there next to the goldfish. I set this up to show that, you know, to me this is a budget one, but other people are saying, no, it's not because of the amount of plants I've used. Well, you don't have to start off with this many plants. Hardscape wise, you can get, the investment in this hardscape there is probably going to set you back, I'd say, about 70, 80 quid. Yeah. I reckon.
And it depends what you use as well. You know, you could use cheaper rock and things like that to bring the cost down. You know, river cobbles are generally cheap in most places, so you could change it up a little bit.
River cobbles work so well as well. I mean, that's what these are.
That's it. So simple, so easy.
But they're my favourite, to be honest.
And to be fair, when you look at it, obviously your Liliopsis, you know, you could do one pot of that, break it up, and put bits of it everywhere. And the same with Anubias. Buy 1 or 2 pots, break it up. pots.
Yeah,
Put it all over the place.
Give it time.
Yeah, let it grow in. It's not.
Obviously,
you don't need to make it expensive, and you don't need it full straight away. Some people do.
I do because I'm an entertainment channel, aren't I?
Absolutely.
So I want the finish. This is what it could look like, but I can't wait 4 months to then show you the finished one because I've probably taken it down by that point.
The problem is as well, it's really hard to film though, isn't it? It's really hard to film if you've got to cut back to it. Yeah, you could do a setup and then 3 months time you could do an update maybe, but it is really hard to film if you want to do it in one video. It's a real hard thing to film. Oh, I've got to go back to that tank because I've got a 3/4 edited video on my laptop ready to go.
Yeah, it's just not, you're going to get all over the place.
Yeah, it would be horrible.
But what I do is come back to like now and show it again and show that, look, it wasn't just set up and then it just falls apart. Yeah. The system I've got works, and a lot of you in the comments actually say that as well. You know, oh, I've got 4 tanks set up now using your systems. They're not my systems, sorry. I suppose I've adapted certain ways. You know, I add things here and now and then. And to be honest, my system is forever changing because I'm always trying new things. Like at the moment, I'm using quite a lot of the Flora base, is it? The Nutri-Base.
Oh, Nutri-Base, yeah.
Using a lot of the Nutri-Base from Colombo, and I find that it's just working so well.
Yeah, that stuff's great, to be fair.
A year ago, I didn't even know it existed. Yeah. So, you know.
And that's about it, isn't it? That's about fish keeping. You know, I've been in fish keeping for a long time, and I can remember starting off with all sorts of different stuff. And
what would you have started as to fertilise substrate back in the day? Was there aquasoil when you were doing it?
Well, there was, but it wasn't as readily available as it is now.
Like proper specialist.
Yeah, there was probably like 1 or 2 brands that you could get hold of. Now pretty much every company does an aquasoil of some description.
Was it sand and like root tabs do you have back then?
Yeah, root tabs you'd have had, a bit of sand, probably gravel because gravel was the thing back then because sand's always dirty. Sand's always dirty.
Yeah, but you want the dirt.
Well,
nowadays we know.
The problem is I always say to customers, it's like sweeping stuff under a rug. So gravel has got all the big pores, so all the food and all the waste gets in amongst it. Yeah. Whereas on a sand, because it's a finer grain, all the waste sits on top. So in your mind, you think, oh, it's dirtier, but it's not. It's just not hidden.
I see. I got you.
And so a lot of people, they've come around now, but they used to think that gravel was cleaner because it hid the waste.
Yeah.
But yeah, oh my word, yeah, the changes from, I don't even know how many years ago it is now, 16, 17. I always go to 15 for some reason. That's my nice number. Oh yeah, I've been working for 15 years.
But it's longer.
I think that was 3 years ago. So yeah, I've lost track really.
So what I've read recently actually, and I don't know exactly why, is that gravel, when it gets the dirt or the poop, the waste of detritus that penetrates into it, doesn't use it as well as a plant nutrient as if it's compacted into the sand. I don't know why. You would have thought with more oxygen being able to go through the gravel, it would be better, but I have heard that sand is the ultimate because it locks it down maybe.
Yeah, maybe. It might be something... Yeah, it might be something to do with it releasing into the water, maybe.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
You know,
it's just locking it under.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is anaerobic more than anything, isn't it? But it's whatever. I found that sand is working way better than anything else. Aquasoil's always going to be, in my opinion, probably #1.
Absolutely.
But it was also the most costly. So I like to show all options, like sand in this one. It's growing amazing. But today we're going to use Aquasoil. So. I like to give the options of the expensive lighting, you know. So
that's it. And you can make anything work, and you've just got to work with what you want to do. You know, some of us want to spend £1,000, some of us want to spend a tenner. It just depends what you want to do.
Right down here, we're past now. We've been talking for so long. We just got some really nice shrimp down here, and it's also just a little place that I drop off like sculptures with plants. Do you know what I mean? So like the wood at the back that's ready to go in the tank today, maybe.
Nice.
You know, I've just cleared it out actually because there was a lot more, but I built tanks, so that's the point of it, which is good. It's just a nice simple one. It's been running since I started it. I leave the walls at the side dirty. Kate started to clean it, you can see. I was like, no, leave that. That's all for the babies when they come through. We're getting some babies in this one now. It's been a while, but there are you can see some tiddlers down there.
Yeah, there's one on the rock as well on the green algae there.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, but that's a very baby. Very baby?
A very baby.
You know what I mean. But that just shows that one's working now as a good shrimp tank. Up the top here, we've got an absolute ton of plants for us to be able to use today.
Nice.
All of our big plants are coming later by post. Awesome. We've got loads of, we've got Bulbitis, we've got all the Java ferns. I want Java fern heavyscape.
Nice, smart.
It's going to look so good.
Yeah, that would look cool.
And then an opening foreground with dots of Monte Carlo, and we've got HC as well, so we're going to be able to, this stuff you can actually glue to rocks.
Yes.
And it'll just spread out from there. It's very dark in this corner. It's not, but the camera doesn't know to, yeah, whatever. Just finishing off editing a video. This is nothing.
This is nothing.
Oh, here's the shrimp owls. It's doing well. The shrimp
awesome.
they're continually molting. I don't know if you can see. Is it molting?
Molting,
yeah. So they're doing well. We've got some ottos in there which are going to go into a different tank. It's a simple one, but
yeah, it's looking great, isn't
what
it?
I like about it is we've got carpeting with no filter. Whenever I see a carpeting with no filter, you know you're sort of getting it right, you know?
Yeah, absolutely. You're doing well, aren't you?
Nice and simple, just a bit of interesting one. But next to it, this is the one I got. Remember I got these from you a few days ago as well?
Yeah, yeah.
So the Santa Marias, and the tank is settled in perfectly. What a start. This was kind of a practice run for what we're going to do today, all right?
Nice.
But much bigger scale and much higher out the tank. So the darker area will be a bigger section with more of an overhang. That's what I'm hoping to do.
Yeah, smart.
It should look. And then
we'll get halfway through it and it'll change and it'll be full of plants.
Oh no, it'll be full of plants.
Well, yeah, obviously, but like all that dark area, we'll be like, oh yeah, let's.
Yeah, we don't need any dark.
No, we don't need the dark area.
Boosters
More
on
plants.
it. And then nothing underneath at the moment, but obviously stuff in the future.
What are you doing with yourself?
I need to hurry up.
Come on.
And this is what I'm just working on. What do you think?
I like it.
Different, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
So this is actually a sponsored video from Superfish because this whole thing's a kit. You see, they sent it to me. Working with them because I've been using their stuff for years. Since you introduced it to me 2 years ago, didn't you?
Yeah,
you were like, you need to see this.
Yeah.
And it's so good. Like the value for money, how good quality everything is. It's it's the white glass. This looks like a twin star, and it packs the light out as well. It just looks classy. It comes with this filter on the back. This isn't a sponsored video. I just think it's so good, so I wanted to tell you guys. But I was going for that ramped feeling of like rows of plants, a little bit sort of, I don't know, like man-made looking, but this is where the dragon betta is going to go.
Oh, nice. Yeah, it's like a terraced garden sort of thing, isn't it? Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, and it's just something different.
Yeah.
I've done lots of nature-style stuff, which is my favourite, but yeah.
It's good to broaden your horizons every now and again.
Yeah, why not? Yeah. So that is the whole thing shown. Hope you like it.
It was all right, wasn't it?
I don't want any long, boring intros or outros.
This is
we had a boring intro. This is the end. Yeah, we're going to crack on now and start building this tank. So look out for that video. That's coming soon. We'll see you soon on the next one. Bye. I was just waiting to see if you said anything.
I know I didn't say anything. No.